Name and spelling if you were to start with.
Neil Mackay, M-A-C-K-A-Y.
And Neil, the spelling is N-E-I-L?
N-E-I-L.
And
right.
what title should we give you, Neil?
Managing Director of Mackay's of Cambridge.
Fantastic, okay. So we just had a little chat off camera there.
Sure.
What do you make of ULEZ being so much in the news in terms of London and sort of the national agenda? And what do you think it will mean for Cambridge?
Well, I think it's very important. It's linked because what's going on is going on all over the country. In fact, there's LTNs, low traffic neighbourhoods, STZ, sustainable travel zones, ULEZ. Everybody's got different names for it, but the government are beginning to realise just how important this is to the economy and to business generally. They're beginning to row back and think again. So hopefully Sadiq Khan will be persuaded. I know he won his battle last week, but the war goes on. From our point of view, you simply cannot allow this sort of dictatorship to actually happen.
Do you think that is this a very positive sign, one of the more positive signs you've had as a campaign group, because you have all these individual sort of pockets of resistance in the country, but with a national agenda and an election on the way, are you quite heartened by this?
Yes, very much so. At least the politicians are beginning to sit up and take notice. We can combine together with a number of other protest groups, the Cambridgeshire Residents Group, of which I'm a member, and Cambridge Against the Congestion Charge, another team of people in Cambridge, combined together, and we're constantly in contact with people around the country, and we swap ideas and information, and we keep ourselves buoyed up, because we simply cannot let these people win.
How big an issue do you think this will be in terms of votes? How big an issue is this for our political parties?
Well, last week, or a couple of weeks ago, Cambridge demonstrated exactly what can happen in such circumstances. Probably the most socialist part of Cambridge, King's Hedges, actually voted for a Conservative. At this present time, can you imagine a Conservative actually got elected in a by-election? So that demonstrates to the local people and also to the national people just how important this issue will become.
Could we just clarify that answer and the fact of why you believe that the Conservative candidate was voted, just linking it back to just to make it clear that they were standing against the congestion?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how big an issue? You said that politicians are starting to sit up and take notice. Do you think they really should be?
Well, yes. Recently we had a Conservative candidate in King's Hedges actually stood on a no congestion charge stance. He won and actually came away with a victory in King's Hedges, which is the most extraordinary situation in the present circumstances, where the Conservatives have been struggling in the polls, and he actually won against all odds.
Why do you think it is such an important issue for them to take notice of? Why is it something that people would place their vote on the back of that issue?
Well, what is happening is that this is becoming a bit of a dictatorship. Cambridge, for instance, we have a situation where the congestion charge would drive business away from the centre of Cambridge to businesses that are on the outskirts. We have been here for 112 years as a business, and quite frankly, if a congestion charge came in, we would have to move. We simply could not exist here. It would cost our suppliers, we've calculated, over £100,000 to deliver to us, and they would pass those charges on to us. That would be inflationary, it would make us uncompetitive, and potentially it could mean the end of our business. So we would be forced to move. That's from our point of view. But equally as well, we have a situation where the people who are on the lowest wages are going to be subjected to charges simply to come to work, or indeed move out of their homes. It's absolutely terrible situation. And also people who are needing support. There's a lot of people, the elderly, the NHS is struggling to give support to people. The elderly, they rely on families coming in. If they were being charged, I mean, they're talking about £5 in Cambridge initially, but we all know that would go up very rapidly. They're talking about charging £10 for trade vans, and ludicrously £50 for a lorry. Well, that's totally unsustainable. They're talking about coming along with a watered down version. They've now gone away and licked their wounds, and they're going to come back with some sort of watered down version. Well, the message is clear: no congestion charge in Cambridge, and that should be spreading across the country.
And if that message is ignored, do politicians do that at their peril?
Absolutely. Well, as was demonstrated in King's Hedges, the people who are definitely against the congestion charge won the day. The local politicians need to sit up and take notice.
Do you think that could mean the difference between a loss or a victory in Cambridge?
Absolutely, absolutely. The local MPs are all clear about what they are. Anthony Brown, for instance, has been clear all the way through that the congestion charge in Cambridge is absolutely no way it should come in. One or two other MPs locally, the Cambridge MP, Daniel Zeichner, has been sort of sitting on the fence. Well, he needs to come off the fence.
Brilliant, very happy with that.